Hey, this is Marjorie Wildcraft, and I want to have a quick conversation with you today about your local food shed. Now, everybody wants a local food shed, healthy, organic, super clean, absolutely. And of course, everybody, when they think about it, they say, oh, it needs to be our farmers. We need to get our small farmers going, and we absolutely do. But what they don't realize is that a food shed will never work unless probably 70 to 80% of the population in that food shed is also doing backyard food production. Why? Can't the farmer supply it all? Well, actually, no. But there's even more important reasons. So let me take you over here to an example of one. So first of all, I'm going to pan around a little bit. You can see this is my backyard. I'm getting, bananas, got gandules. I've been eating squash, tomatoes, growing all kinds of stuff. One thing I really love and am passionate about is rabbits. And so let me open this up for you guys. I've got these rabbits in tractors. And here we go. I'm going to switch this around. Say adorable. Now, the main reason that we absolutely have to have backyard food production is genetics. So I live in Puerto Rico. On this island, pretty much all of the rabbits are raised high up above the ground in cages. Their feet haven't touched the earth in generations. And they're not adapted to this kind of a pasture-raised situation. So I have been buying up rabbits and trying to develop a breed that not only is super hardy on the grass or on the ground, but also really thrives on it. And I was really shocked, actually. I went to the side of a road, it's called a polgaro, is a flea market, and picked up this group of rabbits in this little, I call them a rabbit townhome. Some people call them a tractor. And when I bought them, I was like, oh my God, there wasn't much available. And the back of the mama's like bump, 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 like bony, skinny. Their legs are thin, coats are dull. I'm like, these are not the healthiest rabbits in the world. But it was the only thing that was available. So I bought them, and I have just been blown away by these guys, how incredibly good they are at utilizing forage. So I do give them pellets to supplement their feed, but honestly, these guys right out of the get-go are just loving forage. Like, they tear up the ground everywhere I put them, which is amazing. And I've bought a lot of other different rabbits at different, flea market type situations, and they're pretty good, but they're not anywhere near as good as these guys. So I'm developing this here. Look, hey, Mama, she's going to demonstrate for you. This is the little mama here. So she is actually going to become my main breeder because of her amazing foraging ability. I'm in touch with a lot of the local farmers and regenerative farmers on this island. They don't have time to do this work, right? They don't have time, or even though they might have larger farmers, they don't have the facilities to do this kind of research, right? This kind of development. And that has been true throughout all of history. All of our heirloom genetics came from your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, your great-great-great-great-grandparents. And all of them were developed in small kitchen plots or small, animal husbandry type situations for a family's food supply. They developed the squashes that would keep well throughout the winter so that you could have some good food in early spring, which in the northern temperate climates, that's normally known as the starving season because you've gone through all your winter stores. But so to have some nice plump squashes available. They're the ones who developed pigs that have huge amounts of fat. Commercial industry right now breeds pigs to be lean because there's this whole anti-fat movement, but fat is actually the most valuable macronutrient that you can produce on a small farm. So all of those developments were done, the people like me, just a small backyard doing something. And so I'm developing this line of rabbits here that will do really, really well on forage, and that is also super hardy. So for example, some of the other rabbits I've bought, and maybe I can go get you one, they get these mites on their nose. And actually I know several local farmers that had tried rabbits and tried doing it on the pasture. The rabbits got really sick, And they just did not have the time to mess with it or figure it out or develop a line of genetics. And that's true of all small farmers, you know. They're busy farming. They're busy trying to make a living with, I tell you what, some pretty damn small margins. So they can't mess around like I can and try things out. Here, let me show you this one, Mama, over here. This is another example of something that I'm doing. Hey, Mama, she's super sweet. I bought her at a flea market too, right? That's kind of how things done. Hi, Mama. I'm gonna put you. Hey, sweetie. Now you can see her nose here. It's got some. This is some kind of a mite. I think it's related to scabies. It starts to get in their ears, and I've been working on trying a lot of different treatments. There's a higuero tree that has a fruit that put on a poultice on her nose helps. We're also experimenting with like guava leaf pastes, which are known to help with mites and mange. And I'm working on these. What works? The thing that all people do here locally is ivermectin, and I'm not necessarily opposed to that. It's just we are facing, you know, a future where supply chains are very, very uncertain, and I don't want to be dependent on it. And can I come and treat these rabbits and try this and experiment with it and then get back to the farmers and say, look, this treatment worked, or can I develop a treatment that isn't so time intensive? The higuero tree poultice was great, but you needed to apply it like 2 or 3 times a day, which a farmer's not going to have time to do. So I'm working what other solutions are available to us. And so this is the kind of research that I can do and that you can do and that is vitally essential. And it's absolutely essential, and it's why backyard food production is one of the most critical ingredients. Hey, in a local food supply, in a local food shed. Hey, sweetie, this is an iguana hunter. That's her job, is to keep the vegetables free of iguanas, which will destroy your crop overnight if you let them. So we absolutely have to have backyard food production. Now, another thing that we really need to regenerate, and I have been trying to work on, I've been trying to get this going in various places and make a bigger effort, and that is your local county fairs and county or regional celebrations of production. So, hey, Mama, yeah. You know, that's how the transference from the backyard producers made it to the farmers. You know, they'd be on display, those beautiful tomatoes you grew, or the amazing specimens of apples, or, you know, this particular breed of chicken that just did really well during that drought and still laid eggs. You know, you win as an individual, you win your blue ribbon or whatever, but also that's where the farmers and the backyard producers are meeting and connecting, and the farmers are going, hey, and I really like those genetics, I'm going to plant that next year, or, you know, that works out. So those kind of events, as well as acknowledging the backyard producers, like, you know, it's a good thing to get some knowledge in from time to time. Backyard food production, you cannot have a local food shed without it. So definitely want to encourage you to realize that when you talk about feeding everyone. The cool thing is it's really, really fun. Okay, I've been rambling a long time. I'm going to let you go. This is Marjorie Wildcraft with the Grow Network. Head over to backyardfoodproduction.com and I'll show you how easy and fun it is to get started.